lengths to bring physics to life. One day, he introduced the topic of Newton's third law, which led to rockets, and finally NASA. How a giant rocket carried 3 astronauts to the moon and how they returned back to Earth safely. I was flabbergasted. How did NASA manage that impossible feat? My teacher smiled and showed us a bundle of sticks. Can anyone break it? None of us had an answer. Then he gave each of us a single stick. Can you break your stick? Everyone nodded. Pointing to the bundle, he explained NASA was a place where defense, industry, academia work together. Each of these agencies had put away their essential difference and collaborated for the incredible launch of the Apollo lunar landing. I will forever remember his teaching. Alluding to the bundle, he was teaching us the importance of teamwork, how to set aside our differences, and how, when we work together, we are unbreakable. Decades later, I found myself, to my utter astonishment, at NASA. There are key events in individuals' life, moments that fill one with pride and excitement. Sometimes they come unexpectedly. They surprise you. They leave you spellbound. My red letter day was on 10th January 2015 when I joined astronaut Mike Fink at the Johnson Space Center in Houston for a special event. Colonel Mike Edward Fink is a NASA astronaut who was famous for spacewalk in the International Space Station. His wife, Renita Soikia, was instrumental in arranging a live interaction with college and high school students when he was on board at ISS. I had been covering those incredible events in our magazine, and during that annual publication of that magazine, Mike agreed to talk and interact with the students in India from NASA via video conferencing. That evening, as I walked into the building housing the Astronaut Appearance Center, Mike took me through the curved walls covered with posters, layouts of space capsules, probes, rovers, offering a rare glimpse in some of the most fascinating and splendid stories of scientific advancement. NASA was formed during a time when the United States and the free world were threatened by the meteoric rise of the Soviet Union, who had launched Sputnik. In response, the US Navy launched America's first satellite, Vanguard, which unfortunately lifted only 4 feet before the rocket exploded in a giant fireball. That evening, as I was reading the history of NASA in the hallowed halls of Johnson Space Center, I was recalling my teacher. A bundle of sticks is unbreakable, but when they are untied and separated, they break. A single stick breaks easily. When US Navy worked alone, they failed. NASA was formed after that when various divisions of military, aviation, academics, private entrepreneur came together and they sent 3 astronauts to the moon 240,000 miles away in a giant rocket more than 300 feet tall, re-entering at a staggering speed of 25,000 miles per hour, causing atmospheric heat to rise as much as half that of the temperature of sun. There were so many roadblocks, but each of these agencies brought their expertise to the table to rise to the incredible challenge, and they were unbreakable. That evening, astronaut Mike Fink began by addressing the students in India in my mother tongue. He talked about the International Space Station, an incredible collaboration between the United States, European, Asian power, including Russia, who provided the finance to build a truly international space station. That station has provided a stable platform for an enormous amount of research in the field of biology, immunology, biosciences, developments that would not have been possible on Earth's surface. That day, as I was ready to leave, Mike handed me a ISS sightseeing schedule and bade me goodbye. A few days later, on that appointed hour, I looked into the night sky and spotted the satellite as it slowly moved from one horizon to the other. Words of Mike Fink echoed in my head. You will witness one of the greatest achievements of humanity. As I stood there transfixed, I thought about the people from 15 nations up there and the incredible work they have been doing for all of us, for all of humanity. Friends, when we connect with each other, help each other, work with each other, it will be impossible for anyone to break us. But when we continue to be divided among ourselves, each of us is no more stronger than a single stick. Friends, success is not about one individual being better than others. Success is about all of us working together for a better tomorrow. If we connect with each other, our power to do good in the world is increased exponentially. Friends, let's get it together collectively, and we will be unbreakable.
Thank you very much.